So, Doug, generally speaking, how good is VA optometry as compared to like what you're going to get out in the civilian sector?
It's the best, Paul. No, I say that, but I'm not joking. I do think it is the best. VA trains almost every optometry student that graduates in this country. In New England, I can speak. It's near 100%. In the rest of the country, it's often greater than 50%. In a lot of the optometry schools, a VA rotation is required for graduation. It's certainly true for the optometry schools around here. The reason that developed is a lot of reasons, but one of the main reasons being the VAs, especially back in the day, were the place to go to see, unfortunately, a lot of ocular disease would happen, unfortunately, to our veterans more. And so if you want your doctors to have exposure to certain types of diseases or certain types of problems, you want to send them to where the action is. You want to send them to where those patients are. Also, I think our VA hospitals are so well adapted for teaching programs. It's just very impressive how they've grown up like that. And I think it's very hard to turn a hospital that isn't a teaching hospital into one. But if your hospital program has always been that way and your patient base is used to being in a teaching program, it makes it so much easier. And I think we get amazing reviews from patients, not just in the optometry clinic, but in, I think, all the clinics. And there's a lot of reasons for that. But one of the big reasons, I think, is because we're a training program at VA Boston. And patients will see that we take our time in their examination. We're not just moving them in and out. We're not trying to get them out of our chair to make another buck on the next patient. We're spending our time, we're digging deep into their ocular history, into their exam, and trying to make sure every stone is unturned. And then that trainee who does one part of the exam will present to the attending. The attending will have a back and forth with the patient and with the trainee. And it's a lot deeper of a conversation. The connection, I think, at a VA hospital, at a VA training hospital is so much deeper because the patient is pulled into that experience. And it's a teaching opportunity for the trainee, of course, and it's also a teaching opportunity for the patient. And the patient, I think, feels a part of the team more than when it's just a one-on-one doctor telling you what to do and you saying, yes, sir. A teaching hospital makes the patient more involved in his or her own care. And I think that benefits everybody and benefits the doctor, because when you know that the patient is part of it and it's not just a one-way street, me telling you what to do, I think you broaden your differential and you consider things from a patient's perspective more than you would otherwise.
And what would be your opinion with regard to like the type of equipment that you have available to you, and not only that, but the access that you have to things that are outside of your department?
Yeah, literally top notch. You know, we're at Boston VA, and we have access to any equipment that we want. It's really very impressive. We bring trainees over. We bring trainees in from all over Massachusetts to show them how this device works or that device works, because we're often first in the market to get it. We were the first in the market to get a certain device that now is ubiquitous. It's an OCT machine. We were one of the first in Massachusetts to get that. One of the first in Massachusetts to get a certain type of retinal camera. A lot of our doctors, myself included, have been on the lecture circuit about ocular disease simply because we have more years of experience to our peers, simply because we've had these devices for longer, because the VA is able to, the VA treats us right and gives us the equipment that we need. So I really, I'm not just blowing smoke there. I really couldn't be happier with our ability to, one, have the equipment that we need to take care of our veterans, and two, be a part of the care. The VA CPRS, the electronic medical record system for the VA, was the first of its kind. And the VA care has kind of grown up as an all-encompassing team, a medical team. You go to eye hospitals around the country, all of our specialties are getting much more siloed, I think.
Yeah.
And at the VA, we grew up, this electronic medical record grew up as all parts of a team. It was never just optometry's medical record and just urology's medical record and podiatry's. We've always shared the medical record. And I think because we were always able to see each other's charts and notes, not just from Boston, but also from Albuquerque, we have developed our practices much more as a team-based approach.
Hey folks, connecting with your benefits is our primary mission, and the SITREP is providing more options than ever.
Subscribe to our free email newsletter, subscribe to our audio podcast channel, or subscribe to our content on YouTube.
For details and links, check out the description below.